yes to something, or send me some anonymous message. I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or a priest or anything like that, but I'll do my best to offer you some sensible advice, and normally other people who are in the chat will do their best to do the same as well. So we do this every second Saturday, usually, and I invite people to use the form, which you can find on my bio link page. Let me just show you that. Bio link. So there is my bio link. So it's bio.link/A9630. I'll type it in the chat. bio.link/A9630. There it is. So you find my bio link, and there is the top link there, secrets and advice. And when you tap onto that, it gets to my Google Doc form, which is anonymous. Hello, Asha. How are you? Hello, Gemma. Completely anonymous. You can send me a message, ask my advice, whatever. And yes, it comes to me, and I don't know who it's from. You can tell me who you are if you want to, but it's impossible for me to know whether you're telling the truth. I don't see IP addresses, anything like that. So yes, completely anonymous, and you can be open and honest and truthful and unembarrassed if you send me a message like that. Just have a little sip of my fluid. So last time, just after the last time we did this, hello Med, just after the last time we did this, I had another response from, if you recall, the person whose child was taken by her ex, taken off to another country, and she was in hospital, had a message from her friend, and then last time they sent another message saying, hello again, Andrew. I just wanted to update you, and if you want your viewers, as I have been to the hospital and was allowed to see this person, who I won't name, today for half an hour. She's still in a coma, but they're hoping to try slowly to bring her out of it this week, possibly Thursday or Friday, the 13th or 14th. I don't know if you or your viewers are religious or anything, but keeping her in your prayers and thoughts would be amazing. It's the swelling on her brain that they had to get down. She also has a small bleed on the brain too. They just seem to have got on top of the bleed, and the swelling has gone down nicely. She's been in this coma now for just over 2 weeks, I believe. I wasn't told initially when she was put under because I'm not family. They can't tell me everything. She doesn't really have any family aside from the family she married into. It's really difficult because she never actually changed to anything legally. So if it comes to where she doesn't come round, her ex has a say over her life. Yes. So this is nothing, this is not revealing anything that this person hadn't said already, by the way. So they're able to help her. I just hope her husband and his family don't try to make them turn off any machines. Anyway, if she does come round, then hopefully she will remember enough to be able to both tell the police what happened and get her kids back. And they said they will keep me updated. So that's the last the last message that I heard. An induced coma, I think that's correct. I think that's right. So only needs to come down first, then, if induced can bring her back. Okay. Yes. I think that's right. I think it says... she's still in a coma. They're hoping to slowly try to bring her out of it this week. So I think, does that mean then, obviously I'm no medical person, But if they can slowly bring her out of the coma, does that mean that she's in an induced coma? I don't know, but that's the situation anyway. That was the last message that I got from that person. Hello, eat your pretty mess. Buggy? What's buggy? All right, so like I say, feel free to send me messages. So there, bio.link, you'll find that, bio.link/A9630, and the top link there is secrets and advice. And yeah, send me an anonymous message there, and it will come straight through to me, and I shall be able to respond with whatever your advice you're looking for, whatever confession you want to make, any secret. What secrets could you send me? What might be interesting? When was the last time that you felt deeply embarrassed by something? What was the last time that made you utterly cringe that you did? Who is your current crush in real life or celebrity? Have you ever done something to your boss's coffee that you shouldn't have done? What else? What else might it be? What else could you tell me? Do you do the same numbers on the lottery every week for a particular reason, and have they ever won? What else can you tell me? What would you like to confess to me? What would you like to say? Anything you like, feel free. We're probably not going to stay on too long tonight, I think. So, yes, confess to me. Tell me a secret. Ask for my advice. Are you having difficulty with what you're eating? Have you fallen off the wagon with dry January? Have you got a problem? Yes, that was so that message that I was just reading out, that was from that person's friend. I don't know if it's UAE, but it's somewhere. That message came from a friend of her. So that was it. What else would you like advice about? Are you in a dilemma for... She is in a coma, yes. If I tell you what, let's go and find the previous one that was sent. Let me just find that. Okay. Yes, she was attacked by... Well, her husband has an alibi, or ex, whatever he is. He has an alibi, but it was definitely him, Low Brandy, or people acting on his behalf. So yes, she was attacked, and one of her children has been taken back to his country. Hello, Aisha from YouTube. Advice about the vaccine being mandatory for NHS workers. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think there are, I might be wrong, others may know better, but I think there are already mandatory vaccines, not for COVID, but for other things, for NHS workers. Hepatitis, I think, for example, I think you've got to have certain vaccinations. It's compulsory for NHS work, yeah. So I think the principle of it has already been set. The principle of it, you can frontline. So yes. So I think, like I say, I might be wrong, but I believe the principle of you have to have a certain injection in order to work for the NHS or work as a surgeon or whatever. I think that's already in place. No vaccine redeployment. Off the front line, you mean? Yeah. Certain vaccine, yeah. So I think because that tends to just be the norm, and it hasn't been an issue as far as I know. Hepatitis B and C, right? So if it's already been, if it's a non-issue for hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and since the vaccine has been shown to be both effective and safe, with certain caveats, but broadly speaking, effective and safe, no less effective and no less safe than other vaccines, then I think in principle I don't see a problem with it, of making it compulsory. I would say though there is the idea that if you've already had the virus, if you've already got antibodies, then I've heard people arguing that you shouldn't have to have the vaccine if you've already got antibodies, or you should be allowed to not have the vaccine. I see that point of view. There are some who are hesitant to see it as a threat, e.g., no vaccine taken, you lose your job. Yeah, I get that, but if if other vaccines are necessary on the same basis, then why would they have a problem with one and not the other? I don't know. But you have to effectively, I would imagine you'd have to have certain vaccines if you want to be a pilot, right? You have to be vaccinated against various tropical diseases, say, if you're going to be a pilot. And if you don't get them, you can't fly into particular countries. Effectively, you would lose your job. So I don't really, on principle, have an issue with the idea of, if you want to have this job working for this organization, you have to have this vaccine. Honestly, I don't really see a massive problem with that. The people who are hesitant, I think under this situation, I think they have to decide, whether they want to get the vaccine or lose their job. NHS shortage is an issue, though. That's absolutely right. The NHS shortage coming in April will cause a lot of havoc. Yes, not being trialled enough. Well, as far as I know, well, I'm not in a bathroom. I'm in a prison, of course, Groundhog. Yeah, okay. Certainly, the shortage of nurses and staff generally in the NHS is an issue, and this is doing it at the wrong time, to say the least. Just after Brexit, when so many people have left or decided to not join the NHS, this coming now is very much at the wrong time. So it could be, you could say, because of that, we're going to strongly recommend, or we are going to redeploy people from, frontline or whatever, at the moment. But ordinarily, if it wasn't for Brexit, we'd be doing this. You can't say that. I'm not being held hostage. Honest. That's two. Yes, I see that. I see that it's not the best time. Sure, yes. But it's an interesting question, definitely. But in principle, in theory, I wouldn't have a problem with saying to people, that NHS workers, all of them, for the good of the NHS, you've got to have the vaccine. Oh, and yes, the other thing is not being trialled enough. They have been trialled enough. They've gone through all the correct trials. They've gone through all the vaccines have gone through all the normal tests and trials that any other vaccine would have, or any other medication would have, but it's been compressed into a short time, not been rushed, but it's been compressed into the least amount of time that completes all the trials, because there's been huge amounts of money pumped into it in order to get it done. So it's not that these have been rushed, it's that all the other vaccines and all the other stuff take far too long to go through all the same proper trials. So that's why some people say it's been corners have been cut. They haven't been. It's just everything has been done at maximum speed compared to the far too long it takes everything else. And if my hat was on backwards, you think so? You think so, Groundhog? I don't reckon. They said NHS workers who are not happy to have the vaccine, they'll be deployed to other two jobs with no patient contact. Right. Yeah, okay. Anyway, hang on. As I was saying, if you want to send me a message, if you want to ask me something, vitamin C is better than any vaccine. No, it's not. If you want to send me a message, if you want to ask for my advice, tell me a secret, whatever, go to my bio.link. That's bio.link/A9630. You get to that page there. There it is. And the top link there, that one. Top link is secrets and advice. And you get to my Google form there, like that. Only 3 questions. What would you like to say to me? Is it okay for me to discuss this? And you can give me a name if you want to. Right. Let's see. What have we got here? Okay. So an anonymous message here says, I think Rod Gilbert is hot AF. Rod Gilbert. Shall we just get a picture? Shall we bring up a picture of Rod Gilbert so you know people perhaps not in the UK know what Rod Gilbert looks like? Let's find Rod Gilbert. So he's a Welsh stand-up comedian. For those of you who don't wish to Google, there he is. There's Rod Gilbert. Yeah, I can see that point of view. Absolutely. All right, fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. It's a sore subject on the hospital grounds currently. One I try not to participate. Yeah, I can. Yes, I can see that. He was good on Taskmaster. Yeah, I think he's very funny. He's got a very dry kind of a sense of humor. I like him. I think he's funny. Do you wear a tinfoil hat when you leave the bathroom? When I leave the bathroom? Well, this isn't a bathroom. This is a prison laundry. Yes, he's funny, definitely. Good on Taskmaster. Yeah, he's good on Would I Lie to You as well. Okay. I hope, by the way, the person that sent that, I hope that you're not feeling like shit for long. You see what I mean? Right. Okay. So we have another update from that person I was talking about before, the one in the coma with the husband and the kids, etc. I'm here, but cleaning my kitchen after broadcast the Thomas issue. Yes, okay. Yes, there might be a tinfoil lining. Anyway, right, so message from the person who was messaging on behalf of her. Hello, Andrew and viewers. I am sat with that person now. They started to bring her out of the induced coma. She had a seizure the first time, so they had to stop and then again tried to bring her around yesterday. She's actually holding her own and is no longer on the ventilator. Her eyes are starting to twitch a little, and I was so sure that she tried to move. The doctor says it could be a twitch. Until she comes round, no one will know what the extent of the damage is. Right, okay. They say, thank you for going live again. If you or your viewers want to know anything, I will do my best to reply here. So that's good. I assume it was just the sound of my voice that was, helping to bring her out. I assume that was what it is. But that's really good news. Yes, pleased about that. Nice to hear. And hello, both of you, obviously. A twitch symptom. Her eyes are starting to twitch a little. I was so sure that she tried to move. The doctor says it could be a twitch. Okay. But yeah, good. Good stuff. Good to know. Right. Next one. What's the best way to tell someone who you are good friends with that you want more than friendship with them? I don't want to not be a friend with them. However, I want to know if there's any chance of more than friendship with them. Interesting. What's the best way to tell someone who you are good friends with that you want more than friendship with them? I don't want to not be a friend with them. However, I want to know if there's any chance of more than friendship with them. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, people? What would you say? Ask them out for a meal, movie, or be honest. or be honest and be honest. Yeah. Go on a date. Get drunk with them, maybe. Drink tends to lower inhibitions, doesn't it? What else? What else could you do? What else could you do if you've got a good friend and you would like to dip your toe in the water, metaphorically speaking? I wouldn't advise getting drunk. Loose lips and loose lips sink ships. No drunk. Well, all right, not drunk, but have a couple. See what happens. Not drunk. True. Yes, you don't want to get drunk, but have a drink with them, maybe. Loose lips. Yes. Loose lips sink ships. You never heard that? What else could you do? Well, you could say, you could maybe use other people as an example. Have a couple. That is, oh, well, okay. If you're a lightweight. You sank ships last night. Wow. What? But padding? Do you mean what padding? Am I missing something? What? Not as far as I know. Heck no. What? Heck no what? Right, well, yeah, what else you do? Laughing. Okay, laughing. Oh, no, not missing anything. Yes, what could you do? How would you approach that? No, let me show you the poster. Hang on. It was an old Second World War poster. Loose lips sink ships. The idea being, not loose lips might sink ships. The idea being that if you talk about things, talk about secrets, if you're indiscreet, then ultimately it leads to consequences. Somebody could hear it, and yeah, drop it into the what loose lips. Say, well, yeah, somebody could. Oh, right, I see what you mean. Drop it into the comment. Yes, hypothetically, or use an example of somebody else who was in that situation and take my mind out. Got it good. Yes, somebody did say loose lips. Yes, hello, vegan dough. Yes, use that. Use the example of somebody else you know. Somebody who has been in this situation and had a friend which led to more. Make it up if necessary. Spies can be where you keep your submarine. Yes, your submarine or your, whatever it is, whatever the secret is. It can lead to disastrous consequences. Yeah, so how would you go about that? How would you go about taking a friendship that you don't want to lose, I assume it says, in fact, you don't want to lose the friendship at all, but that's the danger, isn't it? If you don't want it to create an atmosphere, an uncomfortable atmosphere. That's the big danger, of course. So how do you avoid that? What do you do about that? What would you do about that, everybody? Let me just have a little look. Okay, right. The very serious one next. But we'll get to that in a moment. Get to that serious one in a moment. So what would you do? What would you do about that? Drop subtle hints. Yes? Subtle hints are a good thing. you could use this as an anonymous messaging service, and perhaps that other person might be in here. Who knows? Don't cross the friendship line. It rarely ends well, says Mrs. Vicarage. But the other side of that is it can end extremely well. So do you take that gamble? Do you go for that? Do you risk the friendship becoming uncomfortable? Would I? I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't, to be honest. What is life without risk? Yeah, but risk has a downside. Ask the person out for dinner and a show. What kind of a show? Yes, yeah, a date, absolutely. Ask them out. See what happens. Be in a situation which could be considered to be a date and see what happens. No risk, no reward. Well, thing is, it's not an either-or situation. If you want to have a lover, for the sake of a better word, then you can get that with somebody else. You can have a friendship with somebody else. So it's not a matter of this is the only person for me, and if it was that situation, if you were sure this was a lover, if you were sure that this was the only person for you, then you would have to go for it. Yes. But it doesn't sound to me from that person as if that's the situation. Anyway, next one, serious one, says, I am stuck in a violent relationship and I don't know how to get out of it. I've been with them for a while now and they were not like this at first. It's only since the lockdowns they became violent, started drinking, and now I don't know what to do. So I'll just read that again. I am stuck in a violent relationship and don't know how to get out of it. I've been with them for a while now and they were not like this at first. It's only since the lockdowns they became violent, started drinking, and now I don't know what to do. Well, it's a very difficult situation, no question about that. And I don't want to minimize the seriousness, and I recognize that it's not straightforward. If it was straightforward, you'd already know what to do, and you already do it, in fact. But I would say, as clearly as I can do, that a violent relationship has to, it has to be, you have to put a stop to it. You have to end that relationship. You have to leave. You have to get out of that. You cannot, or you must do everything that you can to get out of that relationship, because all relationships which are violent are inherently bad relationships. So you have to get out of it if you possibly can. Samaritans may well help. Yes, just as people to talk to. Helplines for many countries. Best bet, honestly, get help, make an escape plan, says Gemma. Yes. What are the reasons they're stuck? Well, it doesn't say, but the only reason or excuse given is drinking. Yes, get to a refuge. Well, easier said than done, of course, because refuges are often full, but yes, if you can do. Take a video of them drunk and yelling without their knowing it and play it back to them when they're sober. Interesting idea, Brandy. Could be dangerous, though. What country doesn't say? A leopard won't change its spots. Absolutely right, yes. Make an escape plan. Yeah, go to a sister, a friend, if you can do. Yeah, reach out to friends, family, absolutely. You did that video thing, yeah. Yeah, it could be dangerous to do that for sure. So I'm not sure I would recommend that, to be honest, Brandy. Because it can, remember, if this person is violent, they are a violent person, whether they're drunk or not, I think. Thanks for that, Brandy. Yes, lots and lots of help there. Yeah, I think they're all in America, those ones. But there's plenty. Thanks for that, Mrs. Vicarage. Thanks for that offer. But yes, thanks for posting all that, Brandy. And again, it doesn't say. They might want to answer some of these questions. They can get back to me. What I often suggest is that if somebody wants to send me several messages, they can put a little, like a code or something, a name, and I won't read it out, but then that way I'll know it's the same person several times. Numbers for most countries, okay. Well, yeah, UK and US are most likely. Samaritans can help. Phone number 116123, and they can listen and reach out to them. Send the reach out. Okay, yeah. Gemma's helped people before with similar things. 116123, I believe that's correct. Yeah, Gemma is experienced and knowledgeable about that. But yeah, the principal message is the relationship has to end, and you are the one who has to end it. You have to get out. You have to leave. You have to give them no excuse. Put a stop to it. They're not going to change. A violent person will only get worse. There's nothing else you can do other than ending it, because, as I say, a violent relationship is an inherently diseased relationship. Yeah, stay strong, absolutely, and feel free to message me further, asking me more stuff, asking other people more stuff as well. Absolutely fine, but definitely do put a stop to it, end it, leave it, and make a plan, as I think it was Gemma said. Okay, protect yourself, yes. And if there's any kids involved, protect them as well, of course. Once they start with their hands, they will never stop. Just because they haven't for a while or haven't before doesn't mean they'll stop. Yes. But yeah, one other thing I was going to say, that person, he or she said they were not like this at first. Yes, that is almost always the case. They're not like that at first, because they want to bring you into the relationship, and if they're violent about it, that would stop the relationship even happening. But don't feel as if you should have realized they were going to be violent. Don't feel as if this is in any way your fault or your mistake that you got into this relationship with this person. It's not. The entire fault, the entire blame is on the violent one. No question. The entirety of the blame is with them, never with you. There has been an increase in domestic violence since COVID, yes. Yes, true. And so much of it is because people have been put into this pressured environment where people are constantly together, and there's enormous frustration, and there's a great deal of difficulty in this situation, and it can lead to drinking, and it can lead to violence if somebody has that violent propensity in the first place. And that has been exacerbated by lockdowns, no question. If you love an addict, you grow in love and forgiveness, but you put your life at risk thinking your life isn't worth enough. Abusers take away power on purpose for their own survival and security. Yes, they do indeed. Yeah, wise words indeed, Brandy. It does take strength, Gemma. I'm sure it does, but it has to be done. And then, the sooner the better as well. Especially, I mean, yeah, well, there's no especially, I suppose, because it has to be done. But especially if there's kids involved, you've got to be looking after them. You've got to be taking them out of a violent environment. Yeah, and it only gets worse. Yeah, and it can happen at any time. It can come back, and yeah, and the threat is always there that it may happen again. It may get worse. Yeah. Well, exactly, Margaret. Yes, you're absolutely right. That child will mimic the behavior. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, yeah, children learn from the environment that they're in. Sadly. Okay. Anyone else want to send anything else, or we're still thinking about that person who wants a relationship with a friend? Would like that. I wonder who it could be. Which of my viewers? I wonder. Hitting the chest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this has been going on for quite a while. That she's been sending me messages and asking for a bit of advice, and yeah, don't go looking at me, Andrew. It was all. Hang on. Oh, right. Okay. Still remembers it. Well, you would. Yeah, you would indeed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a traumatic thing. So, yes, definitely remove yourself and anyone else if you're in that situation. But what should that person who wants to have that relationship with their friend do? I think it's a good idea to. Is that whiskey? It's not whiskey. No, not tonight. Also, whiskey is not spelled with an E. I always tell people, I keep reminding people, never put an E in your whiskey. It ruins it. It's not brandy either, no. Whiskey, that's better. But no, it's not. It's neither. Beg pardon, you heard me. I don't like it. It's not my whiskey, I don't. No. Water. Might be water. I can confirm I am 100% sober anyway. I wouldn't be giving advice when not sober. Okay, so I'll give you another few minutes. Is there something I need to confess? I don't think so. Not as far as I know. I'll give you. Hang on, how do I? Not like that. I'll give you a few minutes again, just to send me another thing if you want to. So bio.link. There it is. Bio.link. Can you see? /A9630. There's my page, and there is my secrets and advice. Laptop session. What laptop session? What? Yes, ruins the whiskey. A simple E will ruin the whiskey, yes. When's the next phone box quiz? It will be Thursday night. Tech. It'll be Thursday night. Every Thursday night, when I remember, when I can be bothered, when it's not raining too hard, when it's not snowing, but mostly every Thursday night at midnight UK time. The guy you're going to show. Yeah, I've got a few people on my books at the moment, Ash. I was doing a kind of a drop-in group session yesterday, The room it was in, I don't like, to be honest, because there's no windows. It's a horrible old room. It's got dreadful, like, 1960s or something furniture in it. It's not a nice place to be. I can tell I'm not going to enjoy it. But we'll see what it goes. And yeah, I've got a couple. I've got five or six other individual clients. Not my flat, no. Yeah, most of the time, the other people who I'm dealing with are online or on the phone. And yeah, I've got a few clients who, well, most of them aren't doing laptops and other stuff. I guess that's not going to get better. Not until I'm not doing that job anymore. Online. I can't help you in a professional capacity because you don't live in my local authority area. I have clients, yes. Learners, clients. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of a better word than clients, learners. But I've got a few people on my books at the moment who I'm helping. Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, if you want to move here, I would. Yes, it'd be anyone who needs basic IT. I can help with if they live here. Via Teams or no? Bring me clients. Well, I don't normally. Usually, I don't do private work. Usually, and particularly not on Teams. But honestly, if somebody is capable of using Teams, well, I don't do privates. Not usually, not often anyway. If somebody's capable of using Teams, they're probably at about the level up to I would normally teach anyway. Ish. For the right price, wow. I mean, on Microsoft Teams, I use Teams. I have to. That's what I'm required to use. Occasionally, I'll use something else, but normally I use Teams actually for my work. For work, yes. I can use it. I mean, I've got Zoom. I've got, what else have we got? Other things. I don't only use FaceTime. Does Teams have better security than Zoom? I have no idea. I have. I mean, I was told that I had to use Teams because that is the client that my work uses. So that's what I use. Why it was, I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have Messenger either. It is more secure. I don't know. There are nobody could stumble into my private on Teams. No. You would have to know my my official government email address. I don't like Meta, indeed. I'm not giving out my my work email. Thank you very much. Blue something. Don't know. Right. Okay. Hang on. So that person in the coma again, on behalf of her, I'll be with her for another 20 minutes or so. I've been sharing the childcare with another friend, as I have one of our children still. He has the other one. Good. I'm just worried about what he will do with the child he has. I know that when she wakes up, if she does remember things, then she'll be devastated that he has one of the kids. absolutely. I'm worried what will happen if she wakes up and has no memory or doesn't wake up at all. They won't let me keep the child, and her other child will go to him too. Sure, well, I would hope not. I would hope there'd be some sort of protection order. Because, I mean, if he has an alibi, I suppose it might be difficult to do that, but anyway. I would say, though, yeah, look into that. Well, one of the children, yes. I would say look into if you can get some kind of a protection order for that child. Say that their mum was beaten up by their dad, or people acting for him. He's a powerful person, you can arrange for that. I thought, well, this is what I'm thinking. So see if you can get some way of making sure that there's kind of a block on him getting the other child. Maybe speak to a lawyer about it, legal aid, if possible, and see if you can do something to put a legal block on that. Photos of injury. Well, I mean, if she's in hospital, that should be a pretty good indicator, I would say, Brandy. But yes, true, absolutely. And yeah, make sure. Well, I mean, it's a difficult situation because there's the other child involved as well, and you don't want the other child being taken too. And yeah, but I would say see if there's some way of getting some sort of protection put on that child. That's the best I can think of. Yeah. I think you need legal advice about that. I would suggest. Police sometimes hire instead of help. Yes. And if it involves official channels, and if the husband is a very powerful person who can like use official channels, that might make it more dangerous. Lots of legal aid on the internet in the UK. Honestly, I would go to a local law firm. I would think. Yeah. Anyway, get some legal advice about that. I think. I reckon. Okay, interesting. So again, another one has come in here saying, when do you let new people know you're on the spectrum? Asperger's spectrum. They say, this person says. That's interesting. I think be honest and open and upfront about it, I would think. Because I would say if somebody reacts negatively to that, then that will probably tell you that they are somebody who you don't particularly want to be friends with. Yeah, I would say, go ahead and tell them. I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be hidden. Being on the spectrum. And if somebody can't handle that, if somebody can't, somebody can't accept your personality, then it's like telling anybody about an aspect of your personality, a neutral aspect of your personality. And if they can't handle that, if they think there's something worrying or something negative about it, then fuck them. So yeah, tell them. I think tell them. Slightly sparking through there, yes. Well, no, is it they're not badly, they're not meant to be in your life? Yeah, sure. Family law, criminal law, family law. I think, Ash. I would think. Yeah, tell them. Be honest. Be upfront. Okay, he has diplomatic immunity and all kinds of witnesses to say he was nowhere near her and nothing to do with him. He has the girl, and he's gone to a country that does FGM, and he is pro FGM. She'll be devastated, which is why she has always been keen to block him taking the kids. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying about diplomatic immunity and going down, legal routes can be difficult, which is why I think you want to get some advice about that. Get some legal advice and see what can be done. I think. Yes, sorry. Yes, female genital mutilation. Yeah. Which is. Yeah. Which is barbaric, obviously. So yeah, I think honestly, yeah, legal advice. See if there's some way of putting a protection order, whatever it's called, whatever it is, I don't know. But putting some way of seeing if it's possible to do this safely, of getting authorities involved and making sure that he can't take away that child because that he has kidnapped the sister and taken her to another country, and beat up their mama, even if he claims that it had nothing to do with him. Oh, don't worry about blasphemy here, Asha. Hello, Aidan. How was your cooking earlier? Did that work out quite nicely? Vietnamese pork it was, wasn't it? But yeah, definitely get some legal advice about it. I think that's the way to go. And don't wait for it to come out of a coma. I reckon you need to take a bit of control and just get advice just for the moment. Maybe don't approach the police or anything, but yeah, speak to a lawyer, see what can be done about that. If it can be done for free, that's what I reckon. Yeah, I think so. Right. I'll give you another couple of minutes just so you can send me any more messages if you want to. Your requests for advice. So there, bio.link/A9630. Oh, did you see my my phone flashing there? Did you see that? There. You see there's a little light there. I can see it on my screen. That'll be the Face ID dot projector, or yeah, can you see? That's it, Paul, exactly. Flashing at you, yeah. So bio.link/A9630. Thank you, Asha. There is what it looks like. There's the top one there. Secrets and advice. And there is the form. 3 simple questions. What would you like to say to me? Is it okay for me to discuss it on Haps/Twitter? I should say Reddit and YouTube. Yeah. And you can optionally, so those 2, they've got the little red asterisk on them. The bottom one doesn't. You don't have to answer that. And I won't know if it's genuinely you who you claim to be. So yeah. So send me something if you want. I'm not allowed to do much, sadly, because we are not related. So this is the same person, not related. Her only remaining family don't want anything to do with it because they paid them a sizable sum of money. So we can't do much legally. We have been given a tiny window of time to see if she comes round. There is a solicitor willing to do some things, but legally standing, I have absolutely no right. No, that's true. Yeah, I'm currently still here, but moving away soon if needed. I do not want to be found in by his gang. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you don't have rights as you're not family, but obviously I can't give legal advice about that. So the solicitor will know far more than I will. But it's a horrible situation to be in, isn't it? I think, shall we have this one as the last one, perhaps? It says, and anonymously as well, no name given, it just says, can Med just ask Gemma out already? Is what it says. Shall I read that again, just for clarity? Just so you can get it fixed in your mind exactly what we're talking about here. It says, can Med just ask Gemma out already? Is the anonymous message. That was not Vegan Dough, apparently. Living will, or yeah, that's interesting. Who could have written that? Not Vegan Dough. Wasn't me either. Who could it have been? Could it have been Mrs. Vicarage? Was that you? It wasn't me. You saw my fingers. I was nowhere near the keyboard. But it's a good question, though, isn't it? It's a good question. Or can Gemma not just ask Med out already? Well, I can only confirm it definitely wasn't me. I did my taxes on my birthday, incidentally. Just saying, I decided that I'd give myself a nice little birthday present by doing my taxes. Anyway, yes, that wasn't me. You see, this could be the thing with that last person relaying feelings. No, you don't know when my birthday was. I didn't specify a particular day. Could be January the 31st. Don't have to what? I think you need to do that anyway. No, I didn't specify a day. I was very deliberate. I very deliberately didn't say that. You can say when you think it is, but I cannot confirm or deny. Well, I can, but I won't. February the 29th. Yes, I think, Gemma, well, I think you might, if you receive any money, January 21st. That's a guess. Thank you, Ash. It's not my birthday, though. Or is it? They could come on. They could, yes, they could indeed, Ash. You're quite right. Anyway, I think that'll do for this evening. So, don't forget, as always, you can send me these messages, whenever you like. It doesn't just have to be, yes, the Med. It doesn't have to be just, every second Saturday. You can send me anonymous messages whenever you wish. I tend to keep a bit of an eye on the forum. Happy birthday every day. What, like Pablo? Happy birthday, Pablo. Margaret, I mean, it may have been on that day, it may not have been on that day, I'm not saying. All right, that'll do. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sending me all those messages. Thanks for helping with the advice and the comments, etc. I think Monday, I have a feeling Monday, thank you, Gemma, we might play What the Blank, I think, because that is 1 week before the final Monday of the month. So the last Monday of the month is the 31st, and we'll be doing the Monday Night Book Club for, thank you, Doe. Thank you. Yes, absolutely, Ash, absolutely. So Monday Night Book Club for the night before midnight. Is that the right title? I can never quite remember. But that's the book. You've still got enough time to read it. It's not a bad book, actually. I'll review it properly at the time, but yeah. So this Monday, we might use that book for What the Blank. Yeah, all right. So that's the next. I might go out tomorrow. We'll see what the weather's like. Doing anything for Burn tonight? Probably not. Wait, what the what? What the blank? It's a game. Finished in 3 days. Impressive stuff. It's not difficult to read. It's not a hard book to read. You gave the haggis in. You had a haggis the other night, lovely. Oh yeah, I have the haggis. Okay, right. You have the haggis. Good. Excellent. No, probably not. I mean, might do something Burns related, but probably not. The book 3, yes, book 3 days. But you've still got time to read it, definitely, everybody. You can get it and read it in a week quite easily. It's only 250 pages or so. It's a really easy read. It's a very quick sort of, pacey sort of story, so easy to read. So Monday night, I shall possibly, do What the Blank. Review a candy bar. I haven't done one in a while. I haven't had a new one for a while. Is that the Hitler one? Yes. I was going to do one for Galaxy Mini Eggs, but I ate them all. Haggis. McSween's do a really good vegan haggis, actually. What the blank? Yes. What the blank? I'll explain on Monday. But that's the game. All right. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thanks for watching, etc. Thanks for the awards. And I will see you all possibly tomorrow, possibly Monday, probably Monday morning for a scan.